defense force in Kaiju No. 8 boasts numerous soldiers. However, which among them stands as the best of the best in kaiju combat? Additionally, the series likely attracts many first-time readers who are falling in love with all the characters in the Japanese defense force, who function as the good guys in this story. But out of all the defense force members seen so far, from captains to vice captains, and even recruits, who are the strongest? So without wasting any more time, let's dive deep into this and rank the 9 strongest Japanese defense force members in Kaiju No. 8 manga, an upcoming anime adaptation of it. If you're interested, do not close your eyes. Ranking 9th is Eiji Hasegawa, a character who didn't appear in the manga until relatively recently, and one that fans haven't quite seen the full extent of yet. Eiji is the vice captain of the Defense Force's 1st Division, and also sort of functions as the captain, Gen Narumi's babysitter. Compared to Gen, Eiji is a much more professional and by-the-book sort of DF officer. And in battle, Hasegawa basically functions as the 1st Division's command center, giving out orders so that Narumi can run wild however he needs to. As far as his equipment goes, Eiji has this massive metal battle suit with machine guns on the shoulders, but no one knows the full extent of this suit, what its capabilities are, or anything of the sort. Next up, in 8th rank, is another one of the old guard and captain of the 4th Division, Jugo Ogata. Now, as far as combat is concerned, readers of the Kaiju No. 8 manga have not seen Jugo fight yet, but he is the captain of an entire division and is shown respect by powerhouses like Mina Ashiro, so it's safe to assume he meets a certain standard of strength. Additionally, Jugo has revealed that, like Iharu Furuhashi, he is the type of soldier that has large spikes in the force output of his combat suit, depending on how in the zone he is. So it's very likely that when he does fight, it'll be for something he's passionate about, and he'll be quite powerful. Combine his experience in the field, intelligence, expertise in numbers weapons, and force output ability, and it's safe to assume that Jugo is one of the stronger members of the JDF, considering he's lasted this long in a kaiju-type world. Ranked 7th, Leno Ichikawa basically functions as the secondary protagonist of Kaiju No. 8, directly behind Kafka Hibino. He's the one who convinced Kafka to try out for the JDF again, has supported him along the way, and has shown himself to be an exemplary soldier in no time flat. In comparison to other JDF members, Leno is likely much weaker, but the speed of his growth is what puts him in this spot. At first, Leno comes off as cold and calculating, but that doesn't last long. Mr. Ichikawa is actually one of the most caring, highly intelligent, and well-rounded characters in the series, outside of putting a bit too much responsibility on himself. Plus, now that he seems to be able to use the Kaiju No. 6 battlesuit to a certain degree, his overall strength has increased by leaps and bounds. Ranked 6th, this next character is the truest example of a prodigy seen in Kaiju No. 8 so far, Kikoru Shinomiya. As the daughter of the JDF's Director General, Kikoru has been working since she was literally a child to become the greatest soldier possible to make her mom and dad proud. She went from trainee to officer, and then to numbers weapon holder the fastest out of any character in the entire series. And she deserves the praise. Kikoru is simply better in all fields than any other recruit, and also started off being able to release 45% of the combat suit's force on her first try, with 5 to 12% being the norm. And with people like Leno, Kafka, and Soshino around her to keep her on her toes, Kikoru is able to grow so much faster than she likely would have on her own. In 5th rank is the weapons expert of the Japan Defense Force, Soshiro Hoshina, otherwise known as the vice captain of the 3rd Division. While the captain of this division, Mina Ashiro, excels in using large firearms and taking down gigantic kaiju, Soshino is a swordsmanship expert who is the best of the best in taking down small to mid-sized kaiju. After all, this is the man who took down Kaiju No. 10 basically entirely on his own, and even put Kafka in his place, unknowingly, while he was transformed. And when the chips are down, Soshino is able to expel an absurd amount of force from his combat suit, capping out at 92%. Now, in 4th rank, it's the actual main character of the series, Kafka Hibino. Otherwise known as Kaiju No. 8, is probably one of the weakest Defense Force members by standard definitions such as physical fitness or combat suit force percentage. But thanks to his Kaiju transformation abilities, he's able to compensate for this weakness. the story has yet to reveal all that Kaiju No. 8 is capable of. He could even potentially be one of the strongest characters of all time, but from what readers have seen so far, he's just simply one of the strongest kaiju in this setting. In this form, Kafka can literally punch kaiju into atoms, regenerate his body to essentially come back from the dead, and all kinds of other wacky abilities. It only makes sense that an organization with ranks based on how good its soldiers are at killing kaiju would have an absurdly powerful person at the top. In third rank is Isao Shinomiya, the Director General of the JDF, as well as Kikoru's father. He's a stern man, almost terrifying at first, but he makes it very clear very quickly that he's all about protecting the people and using whatever means possible to make that happen. As such, Isao is intelligent, adaptable, strict, and insanely loyal to the cause. And, as a soldier, there aren't many who are stronger. Literally, the guy can probably lift a mountain, thanks to his years of experience and his numbers weapon gauntlets made from Kaiju No. 2. The only thing holding Isao back, really, is time itself, and he knows this. Next up, in second rank, is the person that functions as the goal Kafka is working so hard to achieve, Mina Ashiro. Kafka's biggest goal in the JDF is to one day become strong and trustworthy enough to stand by Mina's side just as they promised when they were kids. Mina has long since fulfilled her side of the promise, quickly rising through the ranks and becoming the captain of the 3rd Division. As a fighter, she is a long-range specialist, thanks to her ability to release an absurd amount of force from her combat suite, up to 96% so far. But, even outside of long range, Mina has shown superhuman strength, dexterity, and leadership skills that prove she would do just fine in a close-range situation. Plus, she has a white tiger named Bako, who literally functions as a stabilizer while she fires her cannon, and there aren't many anime cats cooler than that. And finally, in first rank, or more accurately in first place, there's Narumi. Gen is the captain of the 1st Division, and seemingly the strongest JDF soldier in the organization so far, which makes sense considering he leads the strongest division. He's known as Japan's strongest anti-kaiju combatant, and has proved this title to be true in multiple situations. Because of his bayonet weapon, Narumi excels in both close and long-range combat. He is able to exert the most force from his combat suit to date at 98%, and he also has a numbers weapon literally installed in his eyes. Now, compared to other soldiers such as Mina, Gen may seem childlike, but when it comes to kaiju slaying, there's no one more qualified than him. Thanks for watching our breakdown of the top 9 strongest Defense Force members in Kaiju No. 8. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more Kaiju No. 8 content. Who do you think deserves the top spot? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to dive deeper into the world of Kaiju No. 8, be sure to check out our other videos for more character analyses, plot breakdowns, and theories. Until next time, keep slaying those kaiju.